Hey Patriots, welcome back to the channel. Ilhan Omar says a lot of wild things, but I didn't even expect her to say this. I was actually almost pleasantly shocked by what she admitted on camera. Now, she has a habit of saying things that many Americans would call ridiculous, policies she believes in that, personally, I believe are harmful to Americans and harmful to America. A lot of you feel the same way. That's not new. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help this channel continue to grow. And after you watch this, I want to hear your take down in the comments. But what she says here, this is different. Take a look at this.
And now we will take questions. If you raise your hand, Ali will come to you with a mic. And as a reminder, always please don't touch the mic. We'll start here in the green.
Thank you, Congresswoman. My name is Nate Lassen, and I live in Robbinsdale. As the DHS shutdown continues, many of us in the base feel that Minority Leader Jeffries' approach lacks the fierce urgency required to meet this administration's aggression. Given the distaste for the current wait-and-see leadership style, is there an appetite within the Progressive Caucus to challenge the current leadership hierarchy? Specifically, what is the path forward for a Democratic leadership that actually reflects the fight we're seeing in the streets of Minneapolis?
I appreciate the question. You know, I was with some seniors earlier at a senior living facility, and I was talking about, you know, just even with DHS, the challenges that we have as we think about federal employees. In having that department be subject to not having funding. And we know that ICE has a slush fund. The people that are going to be impacted are communities that need FEMA assistance. The people that are going to be impacted is TSA workers, who are essential workers. They're going to have to show up at work every single day without taking a paycheck. And so we know that, you know, majority of federal employees, people think these people make a lot of money. Maybe the contractors do, but a lot of the actual employees live paycheck to paycheck. And so what might seem like wait and see leadership to some people, it might be one that is actually taking into account the harm that could be caused if we are not careful in picking fights that can actually be resolved without the American people being further harmed. And so we had the opportunity right after we came back from the field hearing we had in Minnesota to have a conversation about what we wanted to do with DHS funding, because we knew that was coming. I led the Congressional Progressive Caucus to take an official stand to say, unless we have them meet these 10 demands, we're not going to be able to vote for the DHS funding. And we were able to get the go-ahead and the support of Leader Jeffries to do that. And it became the official stand of the whole caucus, and it translated also that becoming the official stand of the Senate. And so I think there are opportunities for us to make sure our leadership understands when the fight is appropriate, and when we know that the American people are with us to be able to undertake that fight.
And there it is. Did you catch that? Now look, Ilhan Omar has built her brand on attacking enforcement agencies, pushing hard-left immigration policies, and calling for aggressive federal action. She's been one of the loudest critics of ICE and DHS operations. But now, she's admitting something her own side doesn't want to emphasize. A shutdown doesn't hurt ICE, it hurts regular Americans. She says TSA workers will show up without pay. Federal employees living paycheck to paycheck will feel it. Communities waiting on FEMA assistance will feel it. That's the reality. And here's the contradiction. For years, the argument has been that you have to fight, that you use leverage, you use funding, you use pressure to force change inside DHS. But if that leverage means airport workers miss paychecks and disaster response slows down, then who's really absorbing the cost? Not Washington insiders, working Americans. Then she confirms this wasn't accidental. The Congressional Progressive Caucus set 10 demands before agreeing to DHS funding. That became the official position. That's not chaos, that's calculated pressure. So when she warns the American people could be harmed, she's describing the consequences of a strategy her own caucus helped shape. That's not support, that's exposure. Drop your thoughts below. Is this leadership or political brinkmanship that risks backfiring? And if you're new here, consider subscribing.